Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Shift your mindset here together with my wife. Special episode because I was looking at a Watchtower article this morning about marriage, and I thought at the last moment I asked my wife. So it's not prepared, there's no preparation.
I apologize for my English because it's not fair, but I will do my best.
That's not a problem. We're here also to enjoy. So it's a Watchtower article about JW marriage, and many of us know how that goes, and I wanted an outside view on this topic. Because are you raised as a Jehovah Witness, or have you ever been a Jehovah Witness?
No.
Ever been to a meeting or stuff like that?
No.
No. She's the complete opposite from me, born and raised in Jehovah Witnesses.
Yeah.
And how are you raised by your parents?
Free. Let's say free.
Free spirit.
Yeah. Of course, they when I was younger, they taught me like, okay, maybe this is not very smart to do or this or that, but they never
Forbidden.
me to do something that I wanted.
Yes.
So I moved to Italy very early when I was young, and I lived my life.
And you know from my stories, I was raised as a Jehovah Witness. As a child, you aren't allowed to do anything. You're not allowed to enjoy sports. You're not allowed to play with friends outside of the religion. You're not allowed to enjoy life.
But here is Jehovah is the happy God, and he wants us to be happy too.
Yes, but there's always a but.
Oh, okay.
So Jehovah wants you to be happy, but this organization especially, not only God or source or whatever we call it, he wants us to be happy. You think it's all about love.
Yes, but not the conditional love, like you can be happy, but I love you, but.
Yeah.
You know?
You can be my son, but if you leave, then I'm gonna
difficult to understand, especially when you grow up otherwise, you know?
So how do you feel? And I paint a little picture because you don't know it. You're about 100 Jehovah Witnesses in one meeting hall, from 1 year old to 70, 80 years old.
Okay.
And you're gonna how do you call it? Then you have this article you're gonna discuss with each other. So someone is asking questions like this, and you can answer only what's in that paragraph.
Okay.
So it's nothing for you because there's no room for your own opinion.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that? When you have this is taught to every Jehovah Witnesses on a Sunday on earth.
Yeah, it's like
and
an
it's
exam.
Equal.
It's like an
homework.
Homework, but this is about life, and but it's very. You have to choose from what
The
is
answer.
written there.
Yes,
you cannot be you.
No.
I mean, that's what I feel when I see this.
Anything you are now, you can be here. It's not about you.
Okay.
So it's about what is written here.
Yes.
But how do you feel that other people who are only here on earth to give you spiritual advice are also giving you advice on how to be a man or a woman in a marriage? And that's the equal for 8.5 million people. How?
Well, for me, it would feel like I'm a little kid that doesn't know how to live. Yeah.
Yes. That was my problem also when I was in.
Because, someone's telling you what you have to do, or how to be a good person.
Yes.
And you have not we can become that also I think only if you can be yourself.
And do you think that every marriage is the same?
No. No.
No. So that's our first point of red flag.
Okay, but what's written then in this article?
Now, we always start in an article with one positive thing, and then we start with a whole negative thing.
Okay.
So it's
To burn.
It's to give a momentum to the things they say here, because you said it. The first line is Jehovah is the happy God, and He wants us to be happy.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels good. But now I read the next paragraph. Sadly, many married couples in today's world forget the promises they made on their wedding day. As a result, they are not happy. So we're going into the bad news section again. Recent report indicates that many husbands physically, verbally, and emotionally abuse their wife. A husband who does this might treat his wife respectfully in front of others, but mistreats her at home. Mm-hmm. We see it in society everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this happens.
It's just basic thing.
But one question. This happens everywhere, and it's logical. I mean, why do they need to teach you that it's not good to abuse your wife? That or
it's common sense, you mean?
It's common sense. But
yeah,
you have to go to a meeting and you have to... Okay.
You have to sit a whole hour to this.
Okay.
And many marriages also strained when a husband views pornography. Mm-hmm. But where are the women who are watching pornography? Because 2/3 of the men watch pornography regularly.
Yeah.
And about 40% of the women already are also watching pornography.
Yeah.
But they are excluded from this. So the women are the victims of the husbands. But then we have a paragraph about all reasons why someone can become abusive. So he's raised by a violent father, or if someone is an alcoholic, his father was an alcoholic.
Yes.
Or they are influenced by the culture, maybe also around social media, that you have to be a real man and that you have to show your wife that you are the boss. Mm-hmm. And some men have developed a warped view of women and sex because of their regularly viewing pornography. So a whole lot of reasons why someone is becoming violent.
Yes.
And you also teach people, you also coach people.
Yeah.
About personal growth.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about all those outside reasons they're naming here? What do you miss when you see only outside reasons here?
The responsibility that we all have
individually.
But even if something happens and someone wants to, someone has, hoe zeg je dat? Sorry for my English. Hoe zeg je dat? Spijt van iets. Regret. Then of course, this happens all the time, everywhere. So it's true that there are reasons, trauma and everything.
Conditioning.
Yeah. That's true, but... Wacht even, ik ga dit eruit... Wat wil ik nou zeggen? But it's also true that the more you are... Ja, nou maar nee. Oké, dus dit knippen we eruit, ga verder.
Oké. So...
Dus dat wilde jij van mij horen, die responsibility?
Yes.
Dat is nergens geschreven. Wordt dat nergens verteld?
Nee.
Oké, dan ga ik nog even naar vragen. So nowhere is written that, or teaching all the people to take responsibility for their own choices.
Yeah, you have to take your own responsibility in the end, of course. But a thing from Jehovah Witnesses is there's always outside. Hey, Blue. Also, always outside things
Yeah.
that push you to something you did wrong.
Yeah.
So there's a video
But
of...
a man cannot think by himself, it's not right what I'm doing.
Nee, they need this
They
article
need
to remember.
someone, okay, they need to remember.
It's like you're in a school class.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about all those people who have to go through this?
I feel very, it feels very sad also for me, because there is something that's telling you what you have to do and how you have to be a good person, but that's not nowhere. I don't feel that you can be you, and that you can think for yourself, that you can have feelings, because also that pornography and all that stuff, it's all so, they make it so big, everything, that like a little kid. If you continue saying, no, you cannot do it, you cannot do it, you cannot do it, the kid wants to do it. And then after that, you will be punished, you go to, I don't know what they then say, but it's a tricky thing, what I see.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Because here, Jehovah hates pornography, apparently. I don't know if there was pornography in the time of Jesus, I don't think so. But, so a husband who views unclean images damages his relationship with Jehovah and degrades his wife. It's not only Jehovah, but also his wife. You degrade your wife.
Yeah. Because it has to do with each other.
Yes, so not only remain loyal in actions, but also in your thoughts.
Loyal, yeah.
Loyal.
Yeah. But this thing is also in whole society. It's you know, there are many rules about how you should be. I'm a very free spirit, and of course I don't think I would be happy if he would be watching pornography the whole day and he would go with all the women. I don't think I would be happy. But still, I have a choice then to... He can be who he wants to be. If he wants to do that, if that makes him happy, do it. Go, it's your life, you know. Maybe after that you will find out, oh, it's not my thing. But at least he did what he thought he wanted to do. But I have also my responsibility that I have to take. Do I want this? I cannot say, you have to change, you have to change. I have to feel like, is this what I want? Can he give me what I need? And if it's not, then you go. That's also crazy. If you want to leave someone, you cannot.
You cannot leave someone.
Or at least then you have to feel very bad because you did something very bad, and it's so sad. Yeah, sorry, it feels really sad.
Yeah, and someone is telling you what to do in an intimate relationship. That's my problem. Because it's about her and me.
Yeah.
And I think honor your wife is the number one thing what a relationship is about.
And how can you honor your wife?
To let her be her.
Yes.
For me, but that someone has to remind you as a Jehovah Witness to honor your wife, as if you are forgetting it when you walk out the door. Oh yeah, I'm going to work, and so someone has to remind you of the 1, 2, 3 basics of life.
Yeah.
Because God is life, God is love, and He wants us to be happy too. If I'm happy and she's happy, if she's happy, I'm also happy.
Exactly.
So for me, it's basic thing that you honor your wife.
Exactly. Yeah.
And no one has to remind me of that and how to do it. Because now we're going to something you ended with, is some husbands pressure their wife to engage in sexual acts that are demeaning and that make her feel unclean or unloved. So, Jehovah hates such cold and thoughtless behavior. For you to know, I don't know if I ever told you that, but the intimate relationship, the sexual relationship about Jehovah Witnesses, unclean or unloved, unclean behavior is oral sex.
Okay.
So they don't do that.
Oh, it's unloved.
I don't know if they do it, but if they do it, they don't tell anyone about it. So it's only missionary position, and that's it.
That's the good way to love, to make love.
It's like they don't live anymore, but how your grandparents
I understand.
I thought. So it's not about having a pleasure.
Yes, I understand.
It's more, but God wants us to have
to be happy.
Be happy, but
they
also
want you to think further than that, and that it's only lust.
Lust,
and not love. I understand that way of thinking, but it's also already that you are taught when you are unclean. So if you would even a girl, if she would think about it, she would already feel unclean and bad, and
And that's what you experienced when you first met me in the first time. Is we have a lot of guilt in us.
Yes, yeah.
So even if you are in a marriage as a JW and you want to do a little bit different, you want to try things out, what's normal, because a kid also wants to try things out. So maybe you want to try another position, or you want to do something else because you're going to be married with him for 50 years.
Well, for me, it's the connection you have with your husband, the connection you have together, and it's intimacy is of course the most intimate way to be together, to be connected. It's not about what you are doing; it's about what's happening. The energy of the two people. It's all these things. It's for me, it's difficult to understand that this has to be taught.
Yeah, but where
it's so obvious that all these things you.
But where, what I read to you, do you see the words communication?
No. Maar ik zie ook aannames. Can you translate that? Ik zie aannames over wat juist is en niet juist is, al bij voorbaat.
Assumptions, what's wrong or right.
Yeah. Before you can even have your own opinion or your own experience, it's already this is it, and you have to fit in this, and if you don't, you are bad. I think that's traumatic for someone. I think people will have really problems after all these things to find their own happiness in this way.
But never, I see here only things that give you guilt before anything happens.
Yeah.
But there's no where there's communication, or there's no thing as if you both like something, then it's okay. But there's also here the assumption that husbands are pressuring their wife to do things they don't want to do. That's how can you put that on paper?
Because they do that, because then they will never, they know it's bad if they would even think about doing this. And the girls they learn that even if they have this feeling that they want to try it, they are bad. They are
unclean and unloved.
So in this way, you already know that you don't think about doing all this stuff,
But who are some men far away telling 8.5 million people how to have a perfect sex life? Because there's nothing perfect about this, but that people are just swallowing this and sitting there and thinking, already feel guilty because maybe they have a thought to try something new. And they're both, excited about it or happy about it. Oh, we're gonna try something because I have still 50 years to go with you, and I want some variety.
Well, you know, it's human also. We have a body, and this body is feeling things, and you know, not.
And
I think it's for a reason, because we are here also to enjoy and experience life. I understand that all the materialistic things that we have here and sex, and it can be very oppervlakkig.
Superficial.
The real happiness, I think, it's not in all these things. So, but we are human, and we have to experience. We have to have the possibility, at least, to experience what we feel that we want to do. But it's not possible, what I understand, because you cannot feel, because if you feel something was human, I think, then you already know, we're taught that it's bad, that you are bad. And then you start believing that you can not be human, right?
And God gave you a body, but you can't enjoy it.
No.
That's the thing. Okay, last thing. Because she needs a day to recover.
It's sad.
Yeah, and even if it's not enough already, they're gonna teach me as a man how I can show affection to my wife, because I don't know how to show affection to my wife. So, some happily married brothers make it a habit to do something every day to show their wife how much they love her. Again, baseline, dummy-proof thing. One, it's normal, I think, that you let your wife know that you love her in a certain way. A husband may show tender affections in small ways, such as holding her hand. Oh, I didn't figure that one out. Or giving her a warm embrace. So a hug. He may send her a text message and tell her, I miss you. So they don't even tell you to send a text message, but also the content in the text message. I miss you. That's a good one, guys. Try it today and your wife will be so happy. Or writing some well-chosen words on a card.
But they are giving examples. They are helping you to be a nice person. In this case.
Yeah, but don't
See
you
the positive.
see the positive?
Show
Well,
affection, yeah.
but-
All express appreciation. It's all points that are logical. But I think maybe they need something to talk about, so they
yeah,
choose
but
this.
the thing is, what we talk about, what I miss is what you said. We have a self-accountability.
Yes.
So blaming your father, blaming your mother. My mother was an alcoholic, my father beat my mother. That's conditioning, and sure, you take it with you. Mm-hmm. And that can be a soft spot in you, that you have the tendency to also display that behavior. Mm-hmm. It can be, but what we are missing in this paragraph was self-accountability.
Yeah.
And what I'm missing here now is that they are gonna chew it for you out.
Yeah.
How you have to show affection or express appreciation.
Yeah.
How would you feeling if you're sitting there and some old guy is giving you this advice and you hear those people around you answering
yeah.
these
or
things?
giving other examples, like I know another good one. Maybe you can say, I can't wait to see you tonight, babe, and then I feel very
No,
happy.
babe is no,
But
babe.
the responsibility you're talking about, these people are not taking responsibility, in my opinion,
Thank
because
you.
they have to. They cannot even. They just listen to what someone is telling them to do, and it can be also easy to live like that because you don't have to think for yourself. You just follow the rules. But that's not living, right?
No, but that's the main problem where I was talking about on this channel is the critical thinking. where is your own critical thinking?
But you cannot, because they
No.
tell you can't. You know, so
Thank
yeah.
you.
So
Yes.
it's very sad. I'm so happy for you
That I'm out.
that you're free to be
Yes.
Sven. You know, just to be you. And yeah, we make mistakes in life, but we grow because we make mistakes. Otherwise, you cannot know what you like, what you don't like, what you want from this life. I think it's yeah. I have no words.
And of course, the last one, if you are knowing that you're doing something wrong, it takes steps to change it. But the bottom line here is, and I want your opinion about this, first you recognize that you have a serious problem. You are abusive. Take that one. I'm abusive. I'm beating you. First, I have a serious problem.
Yeah.
Second,
Me too. I have
Yeah.
also a problem, because if I just accept that, then I have also a problem
No,
with
he
self-love.
only-
Yeah, but you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, but he only says he recognizes that he has a serious problem.
Yeah, okay.
Second, he stops abusing his wife and changes his behavior. And he should beg Jehovah for desire to change and help to control his thoughts, speech, and actions. So it's about yeah.
So it's
Let's pray
yeah. So let's pray.
and apologize.
Not learn to not want to do bad things to other people, but pray that someone is going to change you. But we can change ourselves. But not if you cannot experience by yourself.
No.
Okay,
So
I talk too much, sorry.
no, that's good. Go ahead, because
But you see, also,
we need
let's pray. It's again, don't take responsibility. Don't think about why are you doing these things. No, just pray. Right or not?
And everything is solved.
And everything is solved then.
You pray and everything is solved. Or you can go and find help from loving shepherds in the congregation.
Yeah.
So you're gonna confess to a stranger in your congregation, in your meeting hall. You're gonna confess that you are abusive to your wife and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when you confess to the elders, all the people will know
Will
it
know it.
eventually.
Okay.
That you're being slapped around, or that I'm watching pornography, or
You have to say this to.
it's a serious sin.
Otherwise, okay. Yeah, but
It's
I
a
mean,
serious sin.
it's a rule that all these things you have to communicate it to the elderly.
Yes.
Always.
And the only thing you can leave me is when I cheat on you.
But it's really like little kids, you know. You know,
Yeah.
it feels like really like, I mean, you know this as a person, what's good and what's bad. We know it all deep inside, what's good and what's bad. If you do bad to another person, you know it's not right. No one has to tell me. I didn't go to a church to understand this. Right?
It's what you experience in life and what you just know, right?
Yeah, I think we all know deep in our hearts what's love and what's not love. I think we all know. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Deep down inside you can go to
And I
that.
understand why someone is doing something not lovable to another, because there can be trauma and things. Okay, I understand, but we are smart enough to grow, to do self-reflection, to go to. But here it's really like little kids, like I am going to show you how you have to live. That's it. Because I know it better than you.
Yeah.
But they cannot feel what you feel. You're just a robot.
Every marriage is the same. We have 8.5 million people who are getting this as
an example.
As an example.
Because they need an example
yes,
for a relationship.
and every marriage in the JW religion is apparently the same.
But why? Why do they think they need this? Because they are afraid to take responsibility then? Or how
No,
is
but
that?
why don't they just stick by Bible teachings? But why do they have to mingle in your personal marriage?
Yeah, because then they can control it, of course.
Yes.
I think.
It's all about guilt, putting fear in people, what you said, that people are also in the sexual relationship already feeling guilty if they have a thought about something, they want to try out or whatever. So it's guilt, it's fear, and it's total control.
Yes.
It's total control.
It's the opposite of love. You know, that when he started to tell me things, for me it was already, I don't even need any other things, because I think, okay, God, love, you know, that's enough to try to live your life. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You don't need all these books to say, no, but listen, you know?
No.
It's crazy. That's why I would like to talk to someone who would give me an answer on this, on love.
Because Moses in the old days had 10 rules. It was the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, 10 rules.
Yeah.
And one of the rules was treat another as you want to be treated.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
So we don't need...
Forgive, right? Is there written that you have to forgive someone or not?
Yes, for sure. And things that don't feel good are automatically in us. Because why are we not stealing right now? Why are we not murdering someone right now? Why are we not raping somebody?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel good. It has nothing to do with love.
Exactly.
And in essential way, we are all love. God is happy and we want to be happy too. How can we be happy?
I think to follow what you feel, but of course sometimes you are not happy because maybe you are doing something that's not really what's good for you, and then you have to discover, like, what am I doing? What do I really want in life? What does make me happy? What gives me joy? You know, if you focus on that, then I think you're doing it right. For me, it's always when I think that one day I'm going to die, that I don't believe in that, because I believe in energy and stuff, but then I want to look back and say, I did everything that I wanted to do, and I gave the best of me. I think that's just, you know, but I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I'm not...
Almost.
But you know, guilt, what
Yeah.
they do, guilt is one of the worst feelings that people can have, and I'm so sorry for it, for people who feel guilty to be
Who they want
alive, to be
Yeah.
to be human.
One last question before we end this. A question to you. How do you feel? What feeling do you get when someone from a man-made organization like the government, but this is a JW religion, is going so far to control every thought of you? What you have to do to be a good person?
Ja, wat is de vraag naar mij?
What feeling do you get from that? If you were a Jehovah Witnesses and someone is
is deciding what
is
you
deciding
have to,
what you have.
It's krankzinnig. It's crazy.
Insane.
Because it's insane, because you get
Brainwashed.
and you know why? Because we have millions of, I don't know how many thoughts a day, and if someone is telling you that if you have a certain thought, it's not even your fault. I cannot explain, but it's really bad how they are. Hoe zeg je dat? Manipuleren in je hoofd?
Manipulate.
Ja, en brainstormen.
Brainwash you. Yeah.
They are.
They are.
And then you forget who you are in the end.
So it's not only in the basics which they want to control you, but also in your private life.
But what are they gaining from all this?
Just
Macht?
power.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you have people who... So we are reviewing this. But there is no JW couple who is reviewing this with each other. There's no men and women sitting at home and say, hey, but I don't feel unloved or unclean because I want to try this position tonight with you or something. That conversation doesn't happen.
No.
It's only they are like SpongeBob. They're sucking in only what is written because they only follow things what someone tells them to do. So they're not relying on themselves like you are my best teacher in relying on yourself and know your worth and self-growth and everything like that, because you're strong on yourself. But those people give their power away
because I would not be able to rely on myself if if I would be taught that it's bad to rely on myself because I have bad feelings, I have bad thoughts, you start to believe that you are bad.
Yeah.
You cannot feel, you have to think, you have to read, and I'm sure that people will, even if they read things, and they will have a feeling or something, because we are human, you have feelings.
You have feelings, you have doubts when you read this, but you
it's
stuff it
so
away.
It's so painful that you cannot follow that, or at least know that you are not guilty. Please, if someone is watching this, you are not guilty. You are here to experience this life and to make the best out of it and to learn and to grow and to make mistakes. It's okay. But you are not guilty, never.
Never.
Yes.
But what did you see with me in the first of the beginning, what I did with my feelings, instead of expressing them?
Yeah. It was difficult
to...
I'm very expressive and I want to share. But in the beginning I was pushing him because I also had relationships before that didn't go very well. And I really want this connection, this mental connection also. And he wasn't...
I wasn't sharing anything.
No.
And
but
why?
We are learning. And why?
Yeah, well, why? But because when you read this,
I understand.
There's only you stuff it away.
Yeah,
what you're really feeling.
Because maybe I was, you remember, I was saying like, but you know what are you feeling right now? I asked him, and he was really like, I don't know. You remember? You didn't know. And I was like, how do you? Of course you have to know. You have to. You can feel. Go to your. It's all good. Just say what you're feeling. But I understand that this feeling is just, you cannot feel if you are there in this.
Yeah, our feelings
are bad, right?
Yeah, but our feelings are like a full-time alcoholic. We don't feel anything anymore. Because we stuff it down and we keep it so far down.
Yeah, because my question was, can you feel? Can you have feelings? Can you follow your heart in this if you are in the wind?
No.
That's why, I mean, maybe you don't recognize anymore what you feel.
No, because it's only you have given away your whole power. You're only sucking this in as truth. And you're just following what's being told.
And what do they say about the heart? Do they say something about...
Treacherous. Verraderlijk.
Oh.
The heart is a treacherous place.
Yeah.
So whatever you're believing...
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite of what you are believing. Yes.
Of course.
Because
otherwise they cannot have any control.
But there's no denying of feelings. Because if you go into a coffee shop or whatever, you feel, hey, that's a bad energy. I'm not feeling... It's something is off. So your heart is your inner compass, is also your moral compass.
Yes.
But
love comes from feelings, not from thoughts, and that's what I don't understand. It's not, you don't have to learn through a book, through words, you can feel it.
This is the Italian side of,
we are very
of my wife.
Huh?
No.
It works.
It works.
It works.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
So that's good. Guys, thank you for today.
Yeah.
Maybe we do another one together. If you like it, let me know. If you want to see more of these videos together, let me know in the comments. Wish you all a good day. Stay safe. Until the next episode.
Wow.